everybody, Dodger here, and welcome to episode 54 of Automation, the car company tycoon game. Today we're continuing on in the scenarios once again, in the car scenarios, and we're actually going to do this Weiron 1200 PS exotic supercar scenario that I was so anxious to do last time that I actually named the episode it. What is the challenge here? Again, your boss has fallen for the BS coming out of the marketing department. All of a sudden, the old Weiron 1000 BS is deemed not special anymore. Only the addition of 200 horses can rescue the prestige of the company. That makes me believe we're going to have to go for 65 prestige, 45 safety, 1200 horsepower, 13.1 miles per gallon. That sounds doable. 55 reliability. Tameness more than 38, it's at low points. Sportiness more than 59, pretty high points. $35,000 maximum total costs. That seems low, but the pricing to me seems a little bit unrealistic in the game so far. So 35,000 is probably pretty expensive parts. Standing kilometer is less than 20 seconds. That's a 20%, and top speed more than 236. So we're pretty much going to be building an all-out sports car, or all-out exotic car, which I've not actually. I'm trying to rack my brain. I don't think I've ever built anything like this in automation before, so this will be a learning experience. Standing kilometer is 20. I'm trying to decide if I want to go all-wheel drive or not. Well, let's do mid-transverse. Yes, let's do mid-transverse. Let's do double wishbone front and back. Let's do... It's a lot of money to go all-wheel drive, but it will help. Well, it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change any of these stats, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to affect its sportiness or its tameness or its standing kilometer. That will certainly help if it hooks up. So let's do that. I'm gonna go with the carbon fiber. I'm gonna go with the really expensive, and I'm gonna make this thing look. I don't know what I want to make it look like. I think I have something in mind. So let me try something out right here. Alright, I think I'm happy with the styling. I have gone for a little bit of an homage to the Vector M12, which is thematic in the way that when I'm doing the non-scenario automation videos, I will be doing more work with the Vector Automotive company, which was named, I kind of got that name out of the actual Vector Automotive, which was a very short-lived supercar manufacturer that was based in the same town that I grew up in, so something a little close to home, if you will. And this is just a little bit like that, as close as I could get without looking like I'm ripping it off, basically. But moving on to the important stuff, we gotta figure out what we're gonna do to power this thing. We need 1200 horsepower, which leads me to believe we gotta do something turbocharged. And I would like to think that it's probably going to be of the V8 variety, but I don't really know what to do size-wise. Let's do something short-stroked, about 4 liters in size, which is rather large for an exotic car, but it should give us that 1200 horsepower number that we got to achieve. Let's just go full crazy expensive with all that stuff. 200 cam, 4-valve cylinder, aluminum. It's no restriction on octane, so I can go with crazy compression. Although I can't go too crazy because we're going to go turbo. We'll do VVT and VVL and go full crazy on that. We got a lot of tech to use here, so that makes things a little bit easier. Red's good. So turbos are really hard to use right now because the turbo tech in the game is kind of based off of 80s turbo tech, so it doesn't completely relate to how turbos would perform in the year 2010. Ball bearing is pretty expensive, but we get a huge increase, so I think that's what I'm going to go for. Performance or race? Performance or race? I really don't know. I don't know, man. Let's go for race, and with a huge air-to-air intercooler and all the quality we can throw at it. Injection, direct injection, obviously. We'll go for twin. Let's go for throttle per cylinder. We'll go for performance intake. That looks cool. I really like the way that looks. Ultimate unleaded can go pretty rich, even though we're using direct injection. So we can go pretty rich and stay alright. Get the timing just a bunch. 8500 should be safe, and quality on that as well. Shortcast all we got. Dual exhausts. But I need to make 1200 horsepower, so I need a whole lot of it. 4.25. I'm thinking I'm probably going to have to go in a larger displacement. We'll see, though. Emissions is not included. Comfort isn't either, so I will have no mufflers. Alright, first check. Let's see how far off we are. Should sound pretty cool. I really like the way the flat plate made sound. Well, we were headed in the right direction. 108 would be our fuel octane level at the moment. We'll put some race gas in there and let's go. Quit complaining. Alright, we'll fix that real quick. Alright, now we should see the actual numbers it's making. And reduce the compression quite a bit. Dropped a little boost. That's for sure. 815, and it looks like we're stopping short of the peak power. Not having any bottom end issues. Let me look. Nope, just outflowing turbo a little bit, so I can go substantially higher on the RPM limit. Let's go to 9500. And just quick test that guy. Not this mode. This mode. Okay, so now we're hitting peak. 823. So, as I kind of figured, I have to go up the displacement until it doesn't fit in the car, basically. Alrighty, I've got good news and I got bad news. The good news is I fit 1200 horsepower. Just barely, but we did hit it. I'm not really having any significant issues with any parts now. Let's go to the dyno test. And I can back off on the RPM some to help that out. Down to 8300. Should keep our performance. Yeah, we're hitting max 7600, so I can go way down. Maybe about 7800. It's nice to have some overrun. You don't want it to peak right at the top. Yeah, let's give it even just a little bit more than that. The bad news is I gotta redesign my car because I need 1789 cooling. I currently have 748. I assume that's why my reliability is at 0, but I'm not 100% sure. So let me check that first. Alright, well, if you thought this thing looked ridiculous before, now it really looks ridiculous. But I think I've got enough cooling. Alrighty, good. That was indeed the problem. Now reliability is up to 76. and we only needed 55, so everything's looking pretty good as of right now. Sitting at 1,201 horsepower. Talk about cutting it by the skin of your teeth. Okay, so let's move on. Gonna go with sequential, double clutch. 7 ratios should be good without spending excess money. But pretty good stagger to get our top speed in there and to get that 0 to 60 time to help our sportiness. Top speed is about 259. That will change once we put some aero on the car. We do need to hit 236. Let's see. It would actually give us a really good time right there, so I think that's fine. And if we give it a little bit of overdrive here, if we give it more gear than it needs, that should help our mileage, and we need to get that 13.1. Things to think about. As far as the tires go, how wide can they go? Because that's as wide as we're going. So we can actually get more front than rear, so I will just match them. I don't know if I want to go with a staggered setup. I definitely don't want to go with 15s. How about some 18s? Looks good. And brakes, lots of them. Lots and lots and lots of brakes. So for this, I'm going to go for fully clad, but I'm not going to go for downforce because we don't really need handling as much as I think we need top speed. So I'm going to try that. Oh, I do not have enough cooling yet, do I? Required cooling 1789. And it says I only have 1771. It said I had more than that before. I'll have to look at the reliability and check. I'm not going to mess with the downforce just yet. I'm going to look at it once we get to looking at our tameness. That'll be the big factor there. Let's see. Do we need prestige? 65. So let's go for... what's the weight like? Super light's probably the good option, but we'll reduce our insulation. Quality there, and we'll go for standard or premium 10s, 2010s on the entertainment. Power steering, ABS, traction control, launch control, stability control. Yeah, let's do it. Safety, we need lots of safety too. Right, 45. So I'll adjust that as needed. Go for the race suspension for now, adjust it as needed. Let's see how far off we are. We made the points, we did not make the specifications. Let's see how. Tameness more than 38, we're at 37, that's not too bad. $35,000 maximum total. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. Oh, I'm gonna have to do some rethinking here. Okay, so interestingly, I actually dropped from semi-slicks to sports compound, and that's what got me the tameness. So the when you get to a certain point of tire, it's actually going to hurt the tameness. Semi-slicks, that's not a tame thing to drive around the street, obviously. But I've still got to lose, let's see, about $7,000. Safety right now is at 61. I only need 45. So I guess we'll make this a murder machine then. And I'll drop it down to standard, see what that does. Yep, still qualifies. And that shed a very minuscule amount of money. Alright, so maybe we don't quite need the carbon fiber chassis. Let's go for a glued aluminum, see what that does for our price. Now we're talking, but we lost all of our prestige and the safety. Prestige actually fell down to 59.3. I think I can overcome that though. Let's see if I do like a premium 2010s and go back to premium safety. Let's see. Now up to 60 and Safety, safety, safety. 44.1. See, we're close. What about luxury? Yep, now we just need prestige. 63.3. What else gives us prestige? And premium, or back to the super light interior, maybe? Indeed! Oh, and straight to silver. Awesome. Wow, that's very surprising. 1180. So there we go. There is a successful supercar build. The Weiron. So this car pays homage and looks to the M12, but really it's more like the Vector W8, which used a Chevrolet-based LT V8 twin turbo. I actually wanted to do a recreation episode on that guy, but that engine won't fit. It is transverse mounted like this, and it just, everything I tried, I could not get that sucker to fit in a car. You can see even this one doesn't actually fit. But so if you're interested, definitely go look up Vector Automotive. They've made some really cool cars in the 90s, some off-the-wall supercars, stuff that really kind of inspired me to start getting into car design and that kind of stuff. So they're a really cool company, and it's a fun little trip to go down if you want to do some YouTube searching and some internet searching. But that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you next time. Wait. Before we go, we got to look at the test track stuff. We built a supercar, for crying out loud. Let's look. 255 top speed, like I said. Built it for top speed, not much for handling. Let's look at the G's. Cornering. I mean, it pulled 126 and 119. It's not bad. For not making it a downforce, it's not bad. Standing kilometer, we did it in 16.9. That's pretty darn good at 207 miles per hour. And let's run around the airfield track real quick. Alrighty, well, it completes the track in a time of 1 minute 20 seconds .27, which isn't really spectacular, but that's probably because of the lack of downforce. That is actually down in like 23rd, 24th place on the power board, well below like the Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and stuff like that. So we've really built something that would more likely kind of resemble a 90s sports car than a 2010 sports car, but that's not what the scenario called for. But like I said, thanks as always for watching, and I'll see you next time.